show that can match it. How to name another show that can match it. Everybody from classy to ratchet. Heat fans like Javornie keep the flame alive. Dennis Lee got the lake show locked in 5 to Dub K to Augusta GA. Talk everything from NBA to anime. Chat like homies or debate like enemies. It's all fun and games, just match my energy. Just match my energy. Just match my energy. Yeah.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to episode 15 of the Match My Energy podcast. I'm your boy, Dino Fit Dennis, aka Dennis Lee.
Hey, it's your boy Jamal, JC2 Bless.
Man, we're back. We're back, man. We're recording this on Sunday, All-Star Game Sunday. So we've already seen a little bit of, we've already seen Friday and Saturday night. It's been a good day for NBA. Man, so far, man, how's your week been?
Hey, been pretty good. Pretty chill, man. I mean, just been working, of course, this week. Kind of back in the office. Last week I was in office, so out of office. So now getting back in the office, I had to get up early, drive in, get off a little bit later. So it's been good though, man. Been a relaxful weekend. I was trying to watch the car this week, but it kept on raining, so I might have to try to push it back. I try to watch the car like at least once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks. The weather's right.
Okay.
I'm one of those, like, I feel like I gotta ride around with my car or my whip clean. So I don't know, you just feel like you feel like the car drives a little bit smoother.
Man, no, that's real. It's like,
it's clean, man.
Especially when you take care of your car the right way, it kind of feels like you give your car like a fresh haircut or something. Like how you feel when you get your fresh haircut. Like, man,
right.
Okay, I'm nice now. Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
like, you're gonna do a little bit more extra errands, you might take a little bit extra styles, be like, hey, let me go back the back way. Let me go, let me see where some people can see the car a little bit. So
right. Roll down the window or something to make sure they see you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like to do stuff like that when especially after the road trip, I like to wash the car. So it's been a little minute since I've washed it. So that's pretty much it.
Oh yeah, because you do it yourself, right?
Yeah, I do it myself. It depends. Sometimes I do like a little quick wash, or sometimes I do like a whole detailed thing, but ain't nothing crazy. Just gotta take time in the morning. But yeah, I went to go play basketball or kind of shoot around on Saturday or Friday morning. So just got a couple shots up, 50 to 75 shots, but nothing crazy, like an hour just to get back into it, man. I haven't touched the basketball in a minute, probably this whole year, honestly. So I'm gonna have to. I'm trying to get more, get back into it. I used to do it like twice a week, so two times a week. But now I'm like, since after the break, I really haven't been touching the basketball like that. So trying to get back consistent with that and getting back in the gym. So yeah, man. How about you, man? How the week been going? Gym life.
It's been kind of blurry, man. I don't know. I feel like it just kind of flew by. Honestly, shoot, I've been having more 6 a.m.s, one of them good problems, like, yeah, you got a decent amount of clients coming in, but boy, that early morning, man, waking up about 5:15, start getting ready, for a 6 a.m. session. Yeah, and then like a lot of times I don't get done with the day until 7:30, depending on the day, every day. So it does get a little tiring, but man, honestly, it's been pretty cool. Yeah, it's been cold here, so cold still. Well, it'll be like one day of like 60, and then it'll go back down to like 30. And so for the high, so man.
Yeah, that's the opposite for us. That's like our low now, because I think 2 nights ago it was like 35, 40. That was in the 2 a.m., 3 a.m. around that time. So that's pretty much our low here. So now it's still going around like 65, 70. So it's still decent weather. So
we need that. We need that up here, man. But yeah, it's been, that, and then like I said, even last week, I've been trying to blow through My Hero, man. I'm in like season 4, getting pretty close to the end of it, and man,
Yeah, man, you need to go ahead, man. I'm telling you, man, I don't want to ruin nothing. That's why I'm like, go ahead and get to. I think we're on season 6 right now, so go ahead and get to it. You know,
That
a
was
lot more coming. That's all I can say.
it's been. I'm like, man, it's getting a little deep, and people
I
that
was
you
saying
expect.
the story's a little bit is deeper than I would expect from a show like this. I kind of thought it'd be more
Yeah,
just action packed, just more fights and the powers and stuff like that. But they ain't really about to go too deep. But it's
right.
getting there, man. It's getting real good. So if
It's
you haven't, you
definitely.
got to get on it, man.
Yeah, I'm
Those
probably
listeners
about
out there.
like next Saturday or next Sunday, I'll be able to be like, all right, I'm caught up. I should be like, 'cause I don't really
Yeah.
be doing too much, during the week, but besides training. But yeah, man, it's been a good one. Um, man, and then of course, Friday, Saturday, been watching Celebrity Game. How'd you feel
Well,
about
All
that
Star
one?
Weekend.
Yeah,
It was pretty
All
good.
Star Weekend.
It was pretty good. I watched majority of it. Of course, this one is hosted in Salt Lake City, Utah. So,
Right,
um, of course, my boy Dwayne Wade is part owner of Utah Jazz. So, it's pretty much kind of the owner. I don't know his whole name, but Ryan was one captain, and then Wade was the other captain. So, I kind of was like more in tune because Wade was a captain. Of course, I'm going for his
right.
team as well. So, it was pretty good, man. I think it could have been a little bit better. I think the celebrity talent they're gonna have to. I think if they get some more, I think it's well known people, but it's not like popular people. If that makes sense. I don't know. Like
Yeah, yeah,
people
yeah.
know them, but they're not popping or popular right now. So, and then they had like the two football players, DK
Yep.
Metcalf and
Megatron, Calvin Johnson.
oh yeah, they called him Megatron. I was like, what is? See, I don't really know
Yeah,
football
yeah.
players like
No,
that. I was
no,
like, why?
Megatron.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he's a wide receiver for the well, he was. He actually retired some time back, like some years back. And it was one of those things where it sounds crazy, I think I mentioned it last week, how with Barry Sanders, the Detroit Lions kind of like treated him kind of like wrong. Like they didn't want to put good players around him, so they couldn't get like good, so he couldn't quite get as good a help. And they were always like rebuilding and no, we're gonna save up for some draft picks for in a couple years. And it's like, yo, I'm getting old. Like in football, you don't have a lot of years to just wait it out. You barely
BS
see.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of players where if you're an elite player, you might maybe get 8 to 10 years. The average year or the average career of an NFL player is like 4 years. So when a player says, hey, I need help today, and you slack on that, it's like, all right, well, I guess I'm probably going to have to retire because also you won't trade me because I'm the best receiver in the league, but you also won't help me. So I won't get none of the accolades. I won't get
Yeah,
I
you really
won't be able
got
to have as good a career as I could have. So they end up retiring kind of early. So then it happened again with Megatron, Calvin Johnson. He was this dude, you couldn't tackle him that well. Like he's big, buff. I mean, you saw the way he looked
Yeah, I
post
saw it.
league. Like he's been out the league for so long, but he still looked like he could do something today. And so, yeah, nah, seeing him and like he basically was like DK Metcalf before DK Metcalf. And so you see how he was playing,
That's what
how
I was
he
like.
looked.
They body.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness, both of them resemble each other too. The body, the athleticism, and I was like, see, I don't like. I don't know how to say like I like having some football players in it, but I don't like having like the super athletic ones because I don't know. It's just we already kind of knew what they was gonna do. Like we knew like they were gonna be bully ball, can dunk it, they can jump super high and stuff like that. It's kind of like
right.
having when they had Miles Garrett either last
Miles
year or two
Garrett,
years
yeah,
ago. So I was like,
yeah.
it's cool, but I really don't like seeing both of them battle each other out because it's kind of like I don't know. I'd rather have like a rapper, hooper, or a singer, actor, those types, another athlete playing it. It's kind of even like kind of the track when they had what's
Usain
the
Bolt.
guy? Yeah, you saying I don't know. It's just like we need to have different athletes. It's kind of
It's almost like y'all
Kinda
too good.
weird.
Y'all too good to be in. Like y'all almost could just play in for the Jazz or something.
Yeah, like y'all already an athlete. Like, let's get somebody who we wouldn't see like doing something like this. Like,
But
we
I
can see those
guess
players.
for me, I would still like it because where else will we be able to see this super athletic player that doesn't play in the NBA play basketball? Me as a person who loves watching basketball, I always think to myself like, yo, I bet so and so could probably hoop. And I won't be able to see it because I don't know, let's pick Odell Beckham Jr. or something. He probably can get buckets for, he really can. Or even Patrick Mahomes, they be really getting buckets. Like you'll see like clips of them like at like a pickup game or something like that at the Y or whatever. Getting buckets, but like we won't ever really get to watch that for real because they're professionals in their sport. So this is like our fantasy of plugging this player from the NFL or from soccer or wherever, hockey, into here.
Gotcha.
On top of that, of course it looks weird because then you'll see like DK Metcalf and Janelle Monáe or something like.
That's what I'm saying. Cause they just look so like out of place where it's like everybody's like 5'5" to 5'7", and they're like 6'5", 250.
Right,
so,
right.
Like, it's like, well, we're just gonna give you the ball. You're just gonna bulldoze your way. It still was a good game, like entertaining, as in it was close as well. They added the crunch time was double the points once you for 2 minutes for both sides. I think that was pretty good. I think the only thing is they need to stop. I think they need to take off the Ruffles 4-point line. I don't know.
Because then you just got a bunch of these dudes just chucking it up.
Just chucking it up. I'm like, y'all not even making a 3-point line, but y'all keep shooting at 4. And the 3-point already is long if they play on NBA. So
yeah.
So it's like adding the 4-point is not gonna be. Now they do sometimes have like former like WNBA players or something that probably can hit those shots or whatever, but or like a NBA or like a basketball YouTuber that actually hoops or something like that. But to me, it's not enough people, and everybody's trying to chuck up that shot because if you do hit that shot, it's a highlight, and you're gonna be talking about whether you got win or lose. But it's kind of one of those where I'm like, I'm kind of like not really want to see all those misses just chugging up air balls and stuff like that. We understand what we're looking at too. We're not expecting too much out of them, but it's like just remove
it's just
that.
A celebrity game. Yeah,
just remove the 4-point. If you can do the crunch time anyway, you can get the 4 points on a different avenue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah.
But overall, it's pretty crazy, pretty funny to me. Like watching that, watching Richard Jefferson. I like watching that dude like just do stuff. Like he's just like a funny, nerdy, I don't know, kind of corny dude, but
Richard, he pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I liked him. Like I'm a broadcast, and he turned into the ref, and then all of a sudden he turned into a player.
Man, he did basically everything you can. He worked the crowd, everything. Like he's actually like more of an entertainer right now. I actually like his when he does like sports casting and stuff like that. Like he goes to the games and analyze the game and stuff like that. I really like play the game. Can see the game in his lens, his eyes. So he's pretty good. I think the game was pretty good. I think they also did a lot of crowd work with different people like Shaq and some of the celebrity that was on the court and stuff like that. They was trying to get it fired up, and it seemed like everybody was mic'd up this time, which is cool. But I'm like, at the same time, like everybody don't need to be mic'd up. Like
right. I can't hear all
of
y'all.
limited to certain people. Yeah. So, but it was pretty good. Of course, Wade team won, so I was glad about that. They did have like a halftime thing where they had a shootout, like a 3-point contest between the captains. And Wade did lose that one. I saw that. I was like, what? They said the owner get buckets a little bit. So his co-owner or whatever. So they said like they get shots up like weekly. So that was interesting and stuff like that. Of course, he's still competitive. So it was good to see that going on. So
yeah. No, that was crazy. That's weird. But it's go to show, man, when it comes to shooting, man, you can really get that down if you just take the time and practice a whole lot. And if you own a basketball team, which means you have access to a gym all day.
Yeah.
Like at least that,
true.
like, yo.
You can always get some shots up for sure.
Yeah. So then Yeah, moving on from that, I don't really care too much about the skills challenge. If I'm being honest, I mean, I think it's cool that the Utah Jazz team won in Utah, so like, that's cool. But I didn't really check it like that.
I got to talk about this real quick. They
Okay,
just
go.
changed this setup. I do not like the teams because they have the Antetokounmpos.
Right.
The youngest or one of the players is not even on
He's in the G
NBA
League
team. So I was like, that one, scrap that team. Then you got the rookies. The rookies, I kind of like. I kind of like the concept of having the rookies play, but it's not a cohesive team though. It's not like they play together or anything like that. So it's not a rhythm type thing. And then to me, Utah Jazz, yes, they are home, but if you're not an all-star, you shouldn't be on a skill challenge like as well. Like, I mean, you are the host. I can see you have one person, or you can have the name after somebody on the team or the owner type of deal, but you don't have to have.
I mean, they do that though. I mean, they've done like even back in the day when it was just like one player, like it wasn't like teams or whatever.
Yeah,
some of the people in that weren't exactly all-stars, but
just repping the city.
Yeah,
the location.
where they just like.
I can see. I can see having at least one of them in it because, like a Jordan Clarkson, because he's you're home, so we need to have somebody from that home team. That does make sense. So I can see that, but the whole team, no, they need to go back to just being one person.
Right. I don't like the team thing. That's why I was kind of like, I'm cool on it. They did a whole lot. They've added extra stuff and the windmill looking thing and all that. Honestly, like I said before, I think they should replace it anyway. Let's get a one-on-one King of the Court or something like that going in place of that. That'd be hard.
I agree. And then also that's a little bit more exciting. And then you can also get somebody from your home game or home team. So it's like, hey, somebody from Utah Jazz can take this and it'd be a huge upset or whatever. Depends on who they playing and stuff like that. But the team,
then I'd be kind of sad because, like, man, I wish I would have did this back in the day. Because imagine like the players that's not in the league that would have murdered if we had a King of the Court. Like, let's say Jamal Crawford is out there.
Yeah, especially like a lot of people that's like we know them as being like one-on-one scorers, like if like a Michael Jordan or Kobe or somebody like that. But if somebody like
Carmelo Anthony,
not as known, like somebody not as known but still can get bucks one-on-one, they just don't get that shining light. Like I think like Crawford is a good example because everybody know him to be one-on-one, especially from his pro-am and stuff like that. But the NBA, a lot of people may not have known him to be like as cold as he really is. So that would be a good showcase to be like, hey, your best defender y'all think is out here. He really can't guard me like that. And that's,
a lot of people getting exposed. So, that's what it would be. It'd be a lot of exposing.
Yep. Your best player, especially. But it also got to be the person that go out there too. Like, you don't want to have like a legit all-star play against, role players. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to have somebody the role player might show their all-star up, but, it may go, go left the other way. So it's just one of those. It's like, I'm done with the skill challenge, especially the team one. So,
yeah.
And onto the Kumpos, I was like, why we keep having the brothers go in there? We get
it. It's like we get that y'all like the fact that there's multiple brothers playing ball.
But they're not even shooters. So it's like the skills challenge, one of the game modes is like just shooting shots and they missing everything. So it's like, I mean, granted, all teams were missing, but because you got to get the rebound, shoot it, get to different spots. But it's just like, I just rather see somebody else, man. So but yeah, man, we can move on. I had to splurge a little bit on it because I was like, I'm kind of tired of seeing the skill challenge team. So
that's real. I don't really like that either. Yeah, I would. I mean, I'd just like to say that I'm glad I feel good that I was right. My boy Mac McClung went ahead and won that dunk contest. I forgot what I said about the 3-point shootout. I know I mentioned Jane, but I'm not sure if I said him or not when we were talking about it. But
I don't know because they didn't. I don't know who he had mentioned, but yeah, Dane.
Oh, that might have just been during our text. That might have just been us texting. That might not have been on the show. But
I mean, before we get to dunk contest, 3-point, we can brief on that. I mean, Dame did win. I mean, I think Dame was out of all those was going to be the most likely one, or Buddy. 'Cause Buddy Hill got that.
buddy.
You know, he got it.
Yeah,
He got the
yeah,
shot, but it's just like it all depends on the rhythm and how hot you can get. And
right.
then that
Because
4-point ball is
that in the day, like during the actual game, and all eyes on you 3-point contest is two different things.
right. And then like it's also weird setup because you're also grabbing a ball off a rack. It's not like right in your hand already.
Or catch and shoot. Yeah.
Right. That's what I was telling people like because I was of course happy because we had somebody from Miami Heat, Tyler Hero. But I'll say to me, Tyler Hero is not a spot up type shooter. Like he doesn't get a lot of catch and shoot type opportunities. He kind of like off the dribble. Like he does a dribble move, like step back and he kind of splashes or he kind of pulls up from a dribble. So I mean, yes, he's shooting three well, but for him to pick up a ball and shoot, to me, I ain't see that was gonna work out for him too well. So so yeah, to me, it was Dame to lose to begin with, or Buddy. Tyrese kind of gave me a little like, oh, because his form is weird. So it's like I'm surprised some of those was going in as as frequently as they did for the first round for him. It's just
especially for him to tie Steph Curry's record.
Yeah, that one's tough.
Like
yeah, I'm
31.
like, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
But yeah, that was a good one.
Get to your guy.
Man, yo, so first off, all together, like I always said, man, my favorite event of All-Star Game weekend has always been in the past, has always been the dunk contest. As of recent, it started getting kind of lackluster, especially last year. It was crazy. Or even when they tried to do like the team dunk thing that they had, I was like, what even is this? A 3-on-3 dunk contest? Like, I don't know. But
I try so much, man.
Yeah, sometimes like, yo, leave it alone. Just let them get like 5 dunks each or whatever, like, and just rate it. But now it was good to see like crazy athleticism, like, and actually to make you go, oh wow, actually I haven't seen that dunk before. Like, there's a couple of them where you like,
yeah,
there was a lot of, especially because like Matt McClung, he's not really even that tall. So the stuff that he was doing was crazy.
I mean, that's why I said from the gate, I was like, they always, if you're a shorter guy that has like super crazy vert, like he already got like an advantage off rip, like because in the audience and in the replay, it looks like you just jumping so much higher, and you might be jumping higher than somebody, but it's like the optics of it make it look like it's like whoa. That's why when like Dwight Howard does it, like he has to do something really crazy or further out because you can't just do a same dunk at the same jump height because it doesn't look right. I mean, you have to get somebody. It's better to have somebody shorter and try to be in it. That's why, to me, he had advantage off rip. Unfortunately, so.
And then who's the other kid? Played for the Pelicans.
Trey Murphy,
yeah. I mean, he wasn't no slouch with it,
I like his dunks. I did like his dunks.
It's just like you said, yo, he's 6'9".
He got to do something further out. You got to do, if you are tall, unfortunately, you can be a power dunk or whatever. You tall, you have to do something distance wise. That's the only way you can make it up because you can't do something height wise, like jumping super high because it doesn't look like it's high. I think JaVale McGee did one that he raised the goal to 11 or 12 feet. Somebody did that dunk.
Yeah.
So, which, yes, but no, because you still look tall. That's the only thing. Like, if Matt McClung raised the goal to 11 or 12 feet and dunked on that looked even more impressive. But him being still like 7 feet and raising it to 11 is like, still hard to grasp.
In my opinion, you still should be able to dunk that. Like,
yeah, it's like you
have people a whole foot shorter than you that are dunking the same height. So you should be able to, go even higher than that.
Right. It's the same with like a tall person jumping over multiple people or a tall person, especially if they're spreading out their legs. Like, it's like you're already super long. Like, you're not even, you can already jump. Yes, you can jump high, but then you're super long so you can spread out wider. And like, I feel like if you're shorter, you can jump. You have to jump a little bit more straight on top. Like, you have to actually clear them. you can't like just expand your legs and graze them or something like that. Like you actually have to clear them if you're shorter. So that's
Right.
why. But Mac dunk was look crazy just because of that one too. Plus what he do, I'm like, all his dunks wasn't like, he was creative in the fact like we haven't seen it done, but it wasn't like, oh my god, I don't think he'll make this type of deal. Like it just like he just did like modifications on dunks that we have seen before, like which I like, especially the double clutch one. Like
Oof.
to
Yeah.
me, I was like, because it's hard to explain to somebody who's not really into it or
No,
dunking
yeah.
because it's like your body gravity. Like once you take off, your body's already coming down. So for you to double clutch while you're coming down and then try to dunk it, it's like it's just tough. It's a real tough
Yeah.
one.
Nah. That one, and then that what was it, like a 360 double windmill or whatever, like with two
Yeah,
hands?
yeah.
Like,
They said 720. I don't know if you went around twice though, but
yeah, the three the spin one. I think they said it
which one
looked
you
like a
talking?
540.
Okay, yeah. I'm about to say I don't know if he did it twice completely. So,
Yeah, it was like a 540, but still, that looks so crazy. Like,
and the thing with Max, it's like every attempt he did it on the first dunk.
right,
People don't understand that. To me, gives a little bit more boost. That's why I was telling people like they had to put a maximum amount of dunks because before I think you could do as many as you could in that time.
right.
A lot of the rim it counts like it has some criteria like if you hit the rim or something like that count as a dunk. You're going to do that 3 times or whatever. But they was like, hey, we got y'all maximum for 3. You can only do it 3 times. But for him to do all his dunks, which were already crazy and successful on the first dunk attempt, like to me, goes a little bit. It kind of raises the bar because somebody who has a great dunk do it on the third try, you kind of lose it a little bit, at least for me. And of course, some of the judges be like, "Oh, he still completed that dunk, so I'm gonna go ahead and give him a 50." But to me, I'm like,
Right.
you know, it's 3. You did it 3 times though. You know what I mean? Especially for the audience, it's like, dang, we kind of see what you're going with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that. Like you felt it, and then, man. So it's like, yeah, you got to get it down, and it shows your preparedness, man. It shows that it's more of a feat. It's like those people, like a rapper or something. When you hear like, oh shoot, this rapper went straight through the first time, and when we talk about like Takeoff or whatever, they talked about like when he's rapping, he
Yeah.
can do a whole thing on the first take. You don't got to go back and punch him back in. Like being able to do something the first time, no mistakes. You almost got to get more credit for that.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
yeah, nah, but it was definitely exciting to watch. It sucks that like he's about to be right back out the league. Like they signed him just to go right back out.
Yeah, that's
But unfortunately, I mean, and I was just watching this thing where basically he's kind of a liability on a team because he doesn't have any one specific like thing that makes him really great on the court at the elite NBA level. In the G League, he can dominate, get 30, 40, 50 points a game. But in the NBA, it's so much faster. People are so much bigger, and you're not that big. And he struggles to move off the ball. His shooting is only okay. So as exciting as he is as a dunker, what else?
that's what he'll be. That's all. I don't
Yeah,
see him being like no NBA. Like he may get like a 10-day contract type of deal just for the fans or just for the NBA publicity, whatever. But he's not gonna be like, hey, I'm about to draft this, not draft, but pick this guy up for a whole year or whatever, give him a 1-year contract. He's not gonna be that player.
and when he was with the Lakers, he played well. I'll give him that. I liked it. I knew that it probably wasn't gonna be sustainable. Actually, maybe it would have worked.
I don't
as
see it.
opposed
I
as
see him.
opposed to who we had. But honestly,
Yeah.
he's kind of where I'm glad he's gotten to as like a fan. I remember watching him in high school because he's one of those. He got big as like a dunker.
Mm-hmm.
This kid, and he scored a whole lot because he got like the all-time scoring. He beat JJ Redick and Allen Iverson's records in
Yep.
Virginia, and so it was definitely exciting to watch him back then. But like, shoot,
Yeah, he a nice
Anybody in
basketball
any
player.
city could be nice. Anybody
But
in
I say
any city could be nice, but that's where it stopped, you
he
know?
nice. He has some accomplishments under his belt. He's a huge, phenom on the internet. A dunker and stuff like that. Like he has his own. But I guess to me, he gonna have to carve his own path. That may not
Right.
be NBA wise, but still do something on YouTube or whatever. Be like that. Go around the city, go around different cities, and participate in dunk contests, whatever, something like that. You know what I mean? So,
Or even do like in
but
the park stuff that like we watching like them overtime guys and
yeah, ball is life, maybe.
ball is
Type,
yeah,
yeah,
ball's life. Yeah.
yeah. Because to me, he definitely ain't gonna be in the NBA. And then I also was like, if I'm in the NBA, I'm kind of disappointed. Like if I participate in the dunk contest and we let a G League person beat us, bro, I'm not.
Yeah.
It ain't like, oh my God, I'm about to be depressed type of deal. But in the back of my head, I'm like, dang, I could have got this, especially from Trey Murphy. Like you made it to the finals because the other two, I don't know what they were doing. That Jericho,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, bro. I'm like, he's super like he has the athleticism. The issue is he did two of the same dunks.
His
How
creativity. His
why people don't
creativity
understand that
wasn't
you
there.
can't do the two of the same. Like you cannot,
Yeah.
you can't do the two the same, and you can't do a dunk that somebody else did in the same competition y'all played in, like the same day, same event.
Yeah.
I'm like, if somebody did it before you, and you do the same one, like, no matter if yours is better or not. It's like we just saw it. We literally just saw somebody else do it.
Right. The
Like
last dude just
we
did that.
we can't.
Yeah. Some people like
Yeah, because it's
creativity.
like
Yeah,
the
you
arm
dunk
and
it.
the rim is. Yeah, it's like it's a nice dunk and it's a hard thing to do, but we've seen it multiple times. I think once Vince Carter does it, it's kind of like who else can. It's nothing else you
Right.
can do with that one. It's like you put your arm like that's it. Unless you dunk your whole body, like what else you can do with that dunk? And then the two hand one he did, to me, it looked awkward because he only had one arm in, and the
And
other
pull
one is
the other
just
one
his part
in.
of his wrist.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not as clean. So it's like you still can't get it. Like the issue is in real time it looks clean, but of course it's slowing it down 20
Right. Because they
times
don't do
plus.
that. Yeah.
So I'm like, he's like, well, you didn't really dunk it. That's what Kenny was commenting. He's like, you saw him. And Kenny
Yeah.
was being
And
super extra, like
he was kind of being a hater this year, man.
he was being petty, man.
Yeah.
You being
But,
petty.
yeah, no, that was, I mean, but overall, man, I like the excitement, the fact people just get to sit around, you get to watch the other NBA players like uh just kind of like dressed in like regular clothes and just kind of getting a excitement, you know. It's like a field day
Yeah.
for adults, for millionaires, I guess.
Yeah.
And but yeah, man, it's super fun. I'm excited for tonight. To see. By the time this comes out, of course, it'll have already happened, but definitely excited to see the All-Star game, Team LeBron versus Team Giannis.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious how they're gonna draft, bro. I
Yeah,
want to
it's
see how
gonna
that works.
they're gonna make it like a what's it called? Like pickup, like you got the wire or something.
Yeah. It's up. They said they picking the reserves first too. They're not even starting with the starters.
Mm.
And I think they did that so nobody get picked last except a starter. So
But that's
because
stupid because what does it matter? Like we're all playing for fun. It's not like who cares if I'm the last pick?
yeah, it is what it is. But maybe
Right.
somebody feels some type of way. But yeah, man, I'm trying to see. It depends. I think I'm gonna go with the team that has my player Bam on. So hopefully him and LeBron on it because right now in the new format, Bron ain't lost one.
Right.
And
That's what I was gonna
also,
say. I'm going Team LeBron. No matter who he got.
yeah, I mean he always looked to seem to win. He seemed to draft well, so we might have to see how he
Yeah.
might be as an owner one of these days. He seemed to draft well in the All-Star game, so maybe he'd be like, "Hey, I can see talent." So yeah, but hopefully Bam and LeBron are on the same team, and then I don't really care how the chips fall after that. So
Yeah. Nah. So it'll be a cool one. I think. I want to see I can't wait for like the last little bit though. Because
last
like
2 minutes,
5 minutes where they lock in and all of a sudden it becomes yeah. I like
who you think would be also MVP then? Now, who you think gonna be playing hard? Really wanna win?
Okay. I know I just said I want LeBron to win, like Team LeBron, but I could see Giannis. I could see Giannis maybe, doing something. Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
Giannis.
he gonna play hard. He gonna play hard. So
yeah, I just know that he got that like competitiveness and that go hard on the court type of look to him. So, or it could be one of them guys that's gonna surprise us, like a De'Aaron Fox or something. I feel like I got something to prove, type of thing, and start getting hot. And once a player starts getting hot, they keep feeding it to him because we always trying to have fun anyway.
That's true. That is true. I don't know. I think it's gonna be like a younger. Hopefully, it can be like somebody younger. I think Anthony Edwards there, so he might put on the game. But it's some players you can tell like to go, and it's really that first 5 minutes you can kind of see like somebody really going super hard. Like when Westbrook won it, he was going super hard. When Giannis won it, he was going super hard. Curry last year he was going crazy with the shots. So you gotta see who kind of picks it up, because some people just like, I'm just here to be here. I'm getting all-star check whether we win this game or not. So, so it might have to see who picks it up from there. So I think it's gonna be a younger person though, younger player like Anthony Edwards, something like that. That's gonna get hot.
I would like it if Anthony Edwards pulled it out. I mean, I've been liking him this year.
Talk too. You gonna talk that talk.
So yeah, man. So yeah, we're finally winding down. About to get into the second half of the season. I know that there hasn't been too many more trades since the craziness of last week and stuff like that. I've seen Danny Green officially went to the Cavaliers. And then speaking of the Cavaliers, I saw Kevin Love got his buyout and then went to y'all.
Sigh. I mean, I've talked to some people. People is like, I mean, he can do a little bit more than Giannis has him, as in screen and pop threes and whatever. But I'm like, to me, how often can we keep him out there? Like, he can get 8 points and then he can't guard anybody. Like, he can't move. So it's like, how effective can we use somebody like that? And to me, I feel like he would be better on if I was him, because in the buyout he has the opportunity to go wherever he wants if they choose to pick him up. So to me, I would go to a championship ready team, ride the bench, get it. Hey, do what you got to do, get another ring. F it.
Get another one, yeah.
Or go to another young team and be a mentor there and lead them to like deep in the playoff type of deal. Like to me, he should have stayed with the Cavs. I'm like, you not understand? You've been with the Cavs so long, and y'all had like really like losing season, and now y'all gonna get back to the playoffs. You want to ask for a buyout? Like, what is the reasoning there? So
yeah, because the thing is, it's like, okay, so a lot of times, especially those older players, they'll start doing that because they're trying to maybe get a championship or maybe a good place to be at or whatever. But like, you already got that. You got your championships or a championship. You've got a good legacy. They already said they're going to retire his jersey in Cleveland. Just ride that out, man. He
should stay. Exactly. You could have been like a Cavaliers great type deal. Like, hey, when you don't want for nothing once you get back in Cleveland. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
I don't know. To me, I'm like, if I already got a championship, I'm already kind of viewed as such a great figure in Cleveland. Why not go ahead and just keep capitalizing on that? Like, what's the point of going crazy or anything else? So going somewhere else and just sitting or right at the bench, because to me, I don't see him doing anything effective. He'll hit some threes or take a foul, get a foul. It's not going to be something effective. Like, nobody's going to have. It's not going to be not one highlight. It's not going to be one highlight of like, oh, they got the old Kevin Love back 20 and 10.
Yeah,
and it ain't gonna be nothing crazy like that gonna happen.
His body is definitely not the same.
Yeah, they also said there's rumors of him and Miami agreeing on like a contract extension at the end of the season. So that probably might be the reason why he did a buyout was like he might have heard like, hey, the Cavs not gonna offer you a contract extension. So let me go to a team that's gonna give me a contract extension. So at least I'll get
Let
my
me do
money
that
still.
before. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe because he didn't want to wait till the offseason, people were like, don't pick him up. He can get forgotten like a Tristan Thompson or somebody like that. So
Oof. Yeah.
yeah. So gonna have to be on a and I feel like he had to do like go on ESPN or like First Take or Get Up or something like that just to start talking and broadcasting and so people to remember your face like Tristan does. It's like,
Man,
I'll be
I
like,
know. I was like, why is he on TV? I get every time I see him on some talk show, I'm like, why is Tristan Thompson talking to me? Like,
yeah, I'm like, it's just like, hey, they forgot about him, but he's still reminding people I still can play a little bit, you know what I mean? So I'm still a free agent, so you want to pick me up, you know, it's little jokes and stuff like this in there. So I'm like, so yeah, man. We'll see. And then Russell Westbrook, I mean, when we talk about a buyout, he's still contemplating. I think they said they're having a meeting with the Clippers to see what his role will be type of deal. So to me, he's taking a
right.
little bit longer than I anticipated because I thought it'd be like at least 2 days and go ahead and get on a team, start getting acclimated with them. So, but
Well, I think I don't know. I hate that they keep trying to like pin him as some type of person. Like they pin him kind of what's it called? Like as like a problem or as a vampire, as or whatever. They keep using all these negative things. So like when it comes time to sign contracts and all that type of stuff, those things come up. Yeah, we know you're good, but we heard rumors about, well, that's not true. Yeah, but we keep hearing it. Yeah, well, it's a narrative that keeps kind of trying to be presented, and it's not, I don't think it's right. But so now when it comes time to do this, it's not just, hey, what's your role? Oh, yeah, are you cool with coming off the bench? Because I don't think you would be. Well, I've been doing it. I'm good. Let me just play. Yeah, but we also heard this. So now it's making all the talks even longer or make them not even really want you or, so.
yeah,
I'm surprised too about that. Like, how could people be sleep? I thought he would have been picked right back up by somebody else.
But I mean, I think he'll get picked up. It's right up to him now. Like he has to agree with another team. So I think because, like I said, so many teams interested, like the Bulls, Clippers, Miami. I think that's the majority of the list. So it's like pretty much if he said yes to any of those teams, that team will go ahead and make arrangements. So it's really up to him. And
So
I think he's weighing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on both sides. So it's not just like, hey, we want rest, we go sign him, and that's it. He have to be like, okay, I agree with you guys as well. And to me, I think he's trying to see his role and what his next contract will look like. I think that's what he's debating. Because yes, I want to win a championship, but at the same time, I still want to be getting paid X amount of money for the X amount of years after this as well. So I think that's going to be the thing. Because like to me, I think he wants to start and roll. I don't know him. I think he can still play off the bench if he had to, but to me, I think he's still looking for another starting position. So and getting minutes. So, and I don't know where. To me, I said Clippers the best fit. He can stay in Lakers, stay in Los Angeles and whatever. But not a fan of him coming to Miami. And I also feel like the Bulls is a decent one as well. There was, I think, what podcast was to Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce was talking about it. It was like, Lonzo Ball been, in and out, always been hurt. Have a veteran point guard that can distribute, still kind of, at a decent level, can score.
That's not bad, actually. Yeah.
They said it would be a nice little setup, especially if they're still going to keep DeMar and Zach LaVine as pieces. So, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that one. I would like to have them in the West, but it is what it is.
Yeah, man. But yeah, it's been some crazy news. Yeah, but it's starting to wind down. So with this, we'll probably get into predictions, like our second half predictions and stuff next week. Probably get a little bit more time to let things wind down, and we'll be able to look at it how the new looks are starting to look. We got a little sneak peek with a couple of players playing. Like I like the way the Lakers were looking at first, but still kind of burn. So yeah, we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But switching gears slightly. Wait, what was that question? I had a question. Actually, it was one that you were at, that we were just talking about before this.
Yeah, let me think. I think we was talking about like random things, like if you had the opportunity to live another life, another celebrity life, which celebrity and why? Like, you have the
Yeah.
opportunity to be anybody else, live their life, what comes with it, the good and bad, like kind of who would you choose? And it's a tough one because you also got to think about, like, if you pick somebody who's like a billionaire, you also got to talk about their life story. Like, did they do anything wrong? Did they do anything,
Yeah, like, yeah, he's a billionaire, but also these
he
people
got
hate him, this
charges and
type
stuff. You know
person.
what I mean? Like, Like, you
Yeah.
have to really think about that answer. It's like, so I was kind of thinking about that. That's what I was like, it's something, I know it's random, guys, but it's like, if you had the opportunity, because we just look at it and be like, hey, he got $1 million, he has $1 billion, on paper, he looks like a good person, but would you actually want to live that person's life? So,
Mm.
so it's a tough one. So I'll give you a little bit of time to think about your answer real quick before, and it could be any genre. We got to limit it to, music,
Basketball or whatever.
whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. So, or actor,
Okay.
whatever, or race. It can be whoever.
Yeah. Okay. Because of the hustle in me, the thing,
The grind.
the grind. Well, I love the grind. I love the hustle. I would probably go with, this is kind of left, E40.
What?
I know that's all right.
You're gonna have to
Hear me out.
explain this one.
Yeah. Hear me out. E40, because, all right. So he's been in the industry for like ever. Now he's not like my favorite artist. I like listening to his music sometimes, but like he's not like, I'm not quick to let me turn on the E40 to set the mood type of thing. But he's been consistently putting out projects for a very long time. Like if you get on Spotify or wherever, Apple Music, blah, 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 you'll just see like so many discography or so many like albums and projects that he's come out with, and it's just consistent. So like if I had fans, they're getting constantly fed, you know what I'm saying? And he's been independent for a long, long time. And so he knows that he could probably still tour if he wants to in his passion, of music or whatever. But then outside of that, he has his own cognac, wine, vodka, those burritos you can buy at the gas station. He's got lumpia. He's got like sausages. He's got ramen noodles. He got chips. He's got like gumbo. He's got all these
A lot of
different
ventures.
things. Yeah, a lot of different ventures that just like he has his hand in. That's just a little bit of that. Like, and on top of that, cool. Like he don't really got any like enemies. Like everybody like talks highly about him. Like, oh yeah, E40 is a good guy. I went out to the Bay and he showed me a whole bunch of love and did it. Like, you don't hear any horrible stories about him. His credit, his street cred, his business cred, his friend cred, whatever, is all high. And so there's that. He's able to, like, if I don't want to tour, if I don't want to sell nothing, it's still selling. If I don't want to get in the way, I can just go sit on the beach for like 2 months and still got money coming in. I'm pretty sure he got real estate and all that type of stuff, commercial units and all that. And he's just living his married life with his wife and kids and this and that, like just off to the side. But he stay hustling. He stay coming out with something new. So,
all right, you got a little points, so man. I don't know. I still E40 is tough though.
It's random. I know it's like
that.
Of course, you're not sitting
that
there.
One, I was like, man, what? I haven't heard about E40 in so long, but
he's still making all this money, even when you're not hearing about him.
True. Let me see. It's a tough one because I was gonna go like straight to somebody who's making a lot of money, but also because you also thought like what the question is also their entire life. It's not just like
Right. That's why. Yeah, that's
you're
why I
not
put all
what
that
they
in
at
there
right
too.
now. It's not like hey,
Yeah.
you just get millions of dollars and you have to live. So me, the only the person I have right now, because I'm also thinking of somebody who doesn't have any or no, like any or very few scandals. Like I don't want to be that
Mm-hmm.
person. So I had to stick with basketball, unfortunately, and it's gonna be LeBron James. It's gonna be LeBron.
Okay.
The biggest thing for me is like I know we just talked about your basketball story. So hey, if I was LeBron, I'll say hey to you. I'm sorry. I'm
All right.
sorry.
Cool, man. Hey, thanks, man. I
But
needed that.
hey, your child will be a little better than me, but
All right. Cool.
to me, there's no big stain I see or have found with him. Like, it hasn't been any scandals. He has been with the
Not
same
really.
woman for forever.
Since high
You
school,
know,
yeah.
yeah, looks like he has a model family. Looks like a family guy. Um, he will always be remembered as one of the greatest basketball players of all time, if not the greatest in some eyes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
your only like competition is really Michael Jordan if you talk about greatest of all time. In most books, like some people can put Kobe in there, Shaq, whoever, but um a billionaire while playing, that's a lot
Right.
to say.
Yeah.
Uh Off the court, man, he's doing stuff for the community wise. He's doing, got his own school. Like to me, the stuff that he does is like it outweighs almost some of the stuff he does on the court. So it's like, he really ain't got. You really don't really have anything bad to say besides he's not the best. He's not better than Jordan. Like that's really the only thing you can really say about him. You know what I mean? So, to me, his life. I mean, the only thing is like I wouldn't have a dad. That's what I was like. That's why I'm looking like
Damn.
where's some type of things, and then his mom. His mom with a teammate. You got to think
Shout out
about
to
that
Delonte
type of stuff.
West.
Too. But that you got to think about what. Yeah, like you got to think about what actually transpired. You'd be like, can you mentally be able to withstand that as well? Uh, I'm trying to think what other things to be like a con towards that, but to me, I think LeBron James, because I had the money, I had the family, that I would like,
Mm-hmm.
have my standard family, cool with the people I want to be cool with, can be untouchable if I wanted to be. Like if I want to go ghost, I could go ghost after I retire. Um,
Yeah.
the only thing right now is I don't know if you can like with the question, I don't know if you can like sway how you move because he does talk and it's on top of a lot of like social injustice movement. So his word is like bond a lot of stuff. So if you say something incorrect on the internet, you have to justify what he says or kind of take stuff back and
Right. Like you can't
apologize.
even
So
joke around. Like you don't have
yeah,
the ability
it's
to.
like your voice is like bond almost. Like you can't like anything that's
Yeah.
recorded or anything that's like publicized, like you gotta take ownership of everything. So that's one thing else. I think if I had his life, I would definitely be more private after retirement. So, but right now, I'm like, you can't really do no wrong. Like, it's like everything he done on and off the court is like incredible. So,
That's true. Yeah, if I stayed in NBA, I definitely get that. I mean, I definitely make sure that at least make sure that the kids aren't, negatively affected by my decisions through life. That'd be my
yeah.
only thing. I would speak to kids and wave at them. But other than that,
Hey,
but yeah,
ATO. So it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. So, but hey, I mean, he making schools and stuff like that. So, hey,
right. Yeah, no, I'm definitely like the school thing. That was
he
very
got his own
powerful
shoes.
because, and it shows that like people, what's the word? Like, if you wanted to do it, you could do it. That's what kind of gets me about some of these celebrities, some of these people that like end up getting a whole bunch of money or end up getting in positions to where they can do things and sway people and they don't do it. Why aren't there enough like more schools like this? Why aren't there like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of times people talk about the things that we don't have while simultaneously having the money to do it, or having the connections to do it, or having the relationships with this senator or with this congressman or whoever, you know, to do something. Like, why? I don't know. Like, and this is kind of maybe like now race talk a little bit, but like we talk about like banks and stuff like that. Like, there'll be like okay, we know that it's a struggle for certain groups to get bank loans and stuff like that. And they're like, well, if we just had our own banks, okay. Well, banks aren't the cheapest things to make, you know, like literally you need a whole bunch of money and this and that stuff to back it. All right, bet. But we've got a Jay-Z, a Diddy, a LeBron, all these other people with all this money. And where's this, you know, Black version of a Bank of America or something like that? Or
I think,
or these schools, or we talk about how much they're starting to cut out funding for schooling and all this type of stuff. Okay, well, why don't we make these schools? I don't have the money for it. I'm just some like broke dude from North Side Wichita. But
well, yeah, it's I see what you're saying, man. I see what you're saying, because basically, like, I feel like, how can I put it? I feel like a lot of the banking and all the industries like that, we don't have any infrastructure in place, but it's so much money and capital that have to go into it just to get that running and then sustain it. That's the only issue. But also, like, we keep, and it's tough because I say the same as well. Like, hey, if you're a Jay-Z or, you know, Oprah Winfrey or somebody like that has a whole bunch of money and claim to be doing so for the black community, which you are, just, you know, not where my mind will want you to do it or you want to do it.
Right.
The issue is they're not obligated. You know what I mean? That's the only thing. Is like,
no, for sure.
If I'm Jay-Z and I'm a billionaire, I don't have, you know what I mean? That's the only thing. Is like, I made this for my family, for us to have generations wealth. I do pour back to my, you know, black community, but making a bank, maybe that's not something I want to do in my future. You know what I mean? Or like revive the next Black Wall Street. Maybe that's not something I want to do for myself, you know? So it's like,
that's real.
But it's tough because
but don't talk about all the things
he's one of the resources that, you know, you can't do on a back and be like, I would love a Black Wall Street. Be like, well, you can do
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, like just keep talking about how much you love popping balls and this and that. Okay, sure. But don't say, it's my people and this and that and da da da, and nothing changes.
It's tough because you can't force, like,
we need the resources.
X amount of Black millionaires and billionaires. Can y'all please pour in for something for the Black community? But then when it comes to somebody else, be like, well, can y'all give $2,000? $2,000? Well, we give $2,000. You have millions of dollars.
All of it. You already have all of the funding.
So, but it's tough because it's like, how can we request somebody to donate when we can't donate as well? Because that's what it really comes down to, is like, they can put it up, but we also have to put in the effort as well. Everybody, it's not just like, hey, y'all fund it and everything gonna be succeeding. It's like, you know, the working class will have to, you know, put in as well. And that's what I think is kind of the divide, is where they think it's gonna be top heavy, that they're gonna be able to support and do everything, which they could, but are they willing to? So,
well, trick us. They already have all these products that people buy because we have bad spending habits. So you already have a Ciroc, you have Douce, you have all these things that people will go out and buy. Excuse me. And
but that boosts their portfolio.
Use part of that profit to put into that.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a special flavor coming out. Y'all cop this, such and such. The proceeds goes to the I don't know, Harriet Tubman Bank or whatever. I don't know. Like, you know. So it's just
because even like the report that came out by Michael Jordan, you know, so belated birthday for him. You know, happy belated birthday, 60-year-old. So, but he said for his birthday he did like a donation of, I don't want to get it wrong, I want to say it's $40 million though, but to Make-A-Wish Foundation. And it's the biggest donation from a single individual in history on that Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I'm going to fact check myself real quick. But But yeah,
But like as a billionaire, people don't realize how little that is.
Yeah, they was talking about like people loved it, but you know how people always gave like Michael so much slack about like he never did as much while he was a player. So it's kind of like it's tough because you can't like, hey, I just made this donation, but now it was 10 million. My bad, it was 10 million.
Still, that's a good amount.
It's still because it's like people don't understand when you have your own money, like you do not have any obligation to give it to anybody. Like he can look at a 10 million and just look at it from across the room and be like, this is mine. I don't have to give it to anybody. You know what I mean? So,
right.
But I mean, at the same time, put it into these donations and stuff like that and these foundations because you can't take it with you. You have more than enough. But at the same time, somebody who is making less than both of us can be like, hey, you're making more than me. How come you're not doing X amount to whatever? You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard. Be like, it's kind of hard to dictate whatever somebody else do because their threshold might be whatever. So, because, you know, Michael might be looking at Elon Musk or somebody that has more money and be like, well, I'm never going to get to that level. I want to get to this level. You know what I mean? You don't know.
Yeah, I want to try to get when I get to this level, then I'll start. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't know their heart or intentions. You know what I mean? Like, and then some of them actually do been like, this is not for all millionaires or whatever, but it's like, because a lot of them do a lot of, community service and a lot of donations. It just be in private. They don't want to be like,
right. Well, because the biggest thing is one of the biggest things they show is when it comes to taxes, you want to make yourself look as, by the time taxes come around, you want to make yourself look as broke as possible on taxes. So let's say you make 40 million in your company or whatever. If you would want to also have a nonprofit organization. So whether you fund that or you donate it to somebody, most time they start their own nonprofit because then they get to still keep the money in a sense. So if let's say I start Dennis Lee nonprofit where we donate to veterans or something, like I would take my Dino Fitness Center earnings, and I would, let's say I made, now this is not even close to true at all, but for quick maths, I made $1 million. Let's go. I made $1 million, but I'm gonna donate 800,000 to Dennis Lee, nonprofit. Now that's still me, but it looks like I donated that much, 800,000. Wow. So now it looks like I only made $20,000. And then I paid all the employees and all that. So it looks like I barely made anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. 200,000. It makes it look like, and then so then I pay all my.
I said, man, you made 20,000. Good Lord. But it's some CEOs.
But then after I pay all my employees, now it looks like even less than that, pay my employees, the stuff that I I had to buy new tables and new fitness equipment, new bench presses.
Allocating it out.
Yeah, so now it's like, I really only made 10. I only made 10,000 last year in profit. So now that's taxable.
They said some CEOs have a salary of $1 just to be on the payroll, but they some of them have stock compensation, so they huge into that their business stock, so they gain X amount of millions a year, but in the tax world they only making whatever, so it's like
they only made $1. Yeah,
so it's tough.
On top of that, so even then you have this company credit card, and everything gets put on the company credit card. So if let's say we go out to dinner, we could just be bullshitting the whole time. Yeah, bro, the Lakers, the Heat, blah blah, and then I say, yo, man. My business is actually doing well. I have a little quick talk with you. Now I get to, hey, don't worry about it, man. I'll pay for dinner. Now I get to put that dinner. I save the receipt and I get to say this was a business expense because I was like, yeah, man, Dino Fit's doing pretty good. When you gonna come to the gym? You're like, man, I live in Georgia. Yeah, you're right, man. That dumb conversation that we just had real quick makes me be able to write that off, or the gas, or the car that I bought, or all the clothes, my haircuts, because I got to make sure I give the best product when I'm selling or whatever. You're able to word it however you need to word it. But so now it makes it look like I was in debt. Meanwhile, I bought all these things with this company credit card that went back towards the business. And so they're able to make it look like they don't make that much. That's just random
Yeah,
talk. But yeah.
it's crazy, man. So it's. I mean, I think we'll get. Hopefully, we do get to that point, especially Lisa, where it's like back to the Black Wall Street, because I think we do need something like that. I mean, but I feel like I feel like we have to come up with like a council that will do stuff like that. Like it can be the working class man, it can be a top paid whoever, a billionaire, whatever, or just somebody that it represents multiple segments of the Black community, if that makes sense. Because we just can't allow like this person play basketball. He made $1 billion. He should be responsible to make Black Wall Street. He has to.
It's like, well, he doesn't know anything about.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So it's like
he doesn't know anything about grocery stores. So how is he gonna open up a grocery store for the community? Or he doesn't know anything about banks. He knows how to do a bank shot. Like it's two different things.
A bank shot. But I mean, if maybe something like that, exists already. Maybe we just ignorant to that fact. I mean, if it does, let us know. Put us up on game on that type of stuff. Like if something, it's like.
Well, and I think it'd probably be like a city to city thing, though. It'd be a city to city thing because I know, like in Georgia, or even more so, like a DC or an Atlanta, how you can probably go to a whole bunch of different stores. You could probably go a week, and majority of your purchases will be from minority or Black owned or whatever, or small business people. Whereas if you go to Wichita, I can't go to a grocery store, that's ran by somebody like, that's not a big chain or let alone Black.
Yeah, they definitely gonna have stuff city by city. I'm talking about on a larger scale. Like if it got to be region wise, like something that encompasses multiple states at least. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And something that can do like different chains. So you get to this council, it's like, hey, we're gonna do a bank franchise that's gonna be in 10 plus states. Like you just can't do that in one city, and because it's cool, but and then you also got to try to think about branching it out internationally as well. Like it doesn't have to be so localized as well. So, but that's just a thought, man. I know it's kind of all over the place from the LeBron James topic, but
everything from NBA to anime. But just random thoughts. But I mean, but either way, I would like it. Yeah, his life would be decent. LeBron being,
it's like hard.
You said,
it's hard.
There's not too many scandals, not too much like. I don't know. The most scandalous thing is that they keep like catching him like in little white lies.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing. And it's just some dumb lies too. Like, I was watching the game. I told y'all that I told all my friends that he was gonna score 80 tonight, man. Yeah. It's like
I told him, I saw him writing this song. I knew it was gonna blow up.
Yeah. So listen to the Migos and back when I was in Miami, they weren't even the Migos then. But that's the only thing. So if that's your worst scandal, I'll take it.
Right. What your family did. But somebody got something to family, so it's like ain't gonna put that directly on me. So but yeah. I don't know. That's a tough one, man. Y'all, I mean, I'd say in the comments, y'all reach out to us and let us know who would you be like, who would you want to have your celebrity life like? I don't know. Like if you had to trade places with a celebrity, all the pros and cons of that person, who would you want to be? And it doesn't have to be a athlete or rapper or anything like that. It can be,
Bill Gates.
You want to be a music producer, technology, whoever. So astronaut, I don't care. So who life would you want to have? All their faults and everything. So. It's a good question. I think it just it's tough because you have to really think about it because you can't just import yourself into the life they are right now because you also got to think about like where they come from, like the stain that they have on that person.
What it took for them to get there,
like a backup person. Yeah, what it took to, yeah, exactly. Like,
what it took for them to get there.
because you don't
It
be
was-
like, I don't know, who's like, you don't want to be super successful at the age of 40, but you was in jail for like 20 years. You know what I mean? Like,
right, like a Wallow.
me personally, I wouldn't want it.
Yeah, like
Yeah, like,
Wallow.
me personally, I don't want to be that. But somebody else
Yeah.
is like, hey, I'm getting millions, but I had to sacrifice 20 years of my life. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
y'all let us
Because
know.
I think about that. Like with him,
Y'all let us know.
he's a very positive person. Like Wallow, he's very positive. They just signed that $100 million Barstool podcast deal. Like,
Yeah.
so that's paper.
Dope.
But he had to spend 20 plus in prison from 17 to 37. So 37 to 38. Well,
Yeah.
that's a big trade-off.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't do that one.
Yeah, that's
especially. I mean, that's somebody's life. You get to choose who you want to be. Like, just think about it logically. I would say, if you're willing to do that, then cool. But
right.
Yeah, man. Y'all let us know.
No, yeah, that'd be a fun one, man. Shoot, I've been seeing so far our newest episode is actually pretty up. It's starting to gain a little traction. Thank y'all for that. Man,
Yeah,
I might do just a clip of the story, see how that goes. But man, y'all been cracking me up with the responses and stuff like that. Man, we may start doing a little bit more story times. Period.
Yeah, a little bit more anecdotes and stuff like that. So.
Oh yeah, man. But definitely help us get those subscriber counts up. Whether it's all the Apple, Spotify, definitely YouTube. Just show a friend to show a friend. Where?
Anchor.
Oh yeah, Anchor. Yeah. So just everywhere you can find us, go on there. And again, if y'all want to come hop on it with us. Oh, speaking of which, Shoutouts.
Oh yeah, man.
Shoutouts, man.
I'll probably just let me find me one real quick.
Okay. I'm gonna just shout out one of our listeners, man. Man, a client that I've had since he was, I think, getting ready to start 5th or 6th grade. I forget. It's been a while.
Wow.
But he's actually about to be he's a junior right now. He's in the IB program, which is this prestigious program at East High here in Wichita.
Okay.
My kid, Isaiah Phillips.
Yeah, big salutes to Isaiah. Yeah, I met him.
Yeah, man, that's my guy. He tunes in all the time, man. He'll just really hit me up, man. Yo, I love y'all show. Y'all have me cracking up, and he's like, he makes me think of like, oh yeah, I guess that's how I was when I was a kid. Like a lot of times, like literally, like me and him, like especially when we have like our one-on-one sessions, because I'll train him and his mom. So big shout outs to his mom as well, Nicole Fox. But like me and him will be talking, yo, man, you see what LeBron was doing? You see this? And then we were like, okay, so did you watch Attack on Titan? Yo, okay, so man, that was crazy. The twist on Attack on Titan, like, and then he'll be like, yo, man, you should hear this new this rapper right here. This guy.
He be putting you on then.
Yeah, he'll be putting me on stuff. I'll be putting him on, like, and then like also we kind of have like he'll come to me and ask me about like, the teenage boy experience. There's this girl I like or whatever, all these different things. So like, yeah, man, been a supporter, him and his mom, from day one, man. It's been 6 years, I guess, 5 or 6 years. But started off real shy, barely want to talk to me and everything. Now he'll just text me, hey, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Like on top of the sessions, he'll schedule his own sessions now. Now he's driving and stuff. I'm getting old.
Dang, man.
Yeah, you pull it up now too. Like,
dang.
Schedule, hey man, can I come see you? I really need to get this workout in, man. Like, he's real strong. Yeah, man. And on top of that, man, like he's he can move. He looks like a lineman. He looks like a strong. I mean, you've seen him like he
man,
bench pressing heavy, like, but also he's like on an esports team. The East High Esports, he's on varsity for the Valorant game.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man. So goes to school with my sister, Delana. So go East High Aces.
That's what's up, man. Shouts out to him, man.
Yeah. So
let's see. So this week I should have shouted him a long time ago, man. His IG is JSB, the creator, Javornie. He is the graphic designer that did the logo, Match My Energy.
Oh shoot. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So originally I reached out to him on social media. He does a lot of like custom shoe work and does like a lot of custom fashion and stuff like that on jean jackets and denim. I reached out to him to do a custom shoe of mine. At first I was kind of leery because it's like it's a shoe that you buy already or have already bought and you ship it off to somebody to customize it. Ooh. And you have faith for them to ship it back as well.
Right.
And
instead of put it on StockX.
So it's like it's kind of you have to have faith on both sides and stuff like that. So but yeah, I went on a limb. I saw some of his work on IG, man, reached out to him, was like, hey, can you do this? I think I had him do Jordan 10, a Jordan 11, and then also a Jordan 6, which is my favorite model. I'm huge into sneakers. I don't know if I already mentioned that on here on the podcast too much about it. So so he did a couple of those shoes for us, man. And he said he does a little bit of graphic design. So I reached out to him about doing a logo for us. He did a lot of work for the Art Basel in Miami as well. Like he done a lot of stuff, man. I mean, I think he'll be a good person to bring on the podcast as well. So I'm looking right now, trying to see if it's a shoe I can just show real quick. 1 second. I think I got one here. I'm right here about my sneaker cases. So
yeah, so audio listeners, y'all definitely gonna have to just, after you finish listening to this, go into the
So this is one of them. It's a maroon. Maroon is my favorite color, by the way. It's a maroon Jordan 6. So this was an all denim Jordan 6 that he did, painted maroon, and spray painted it. So pretty dope. It's another one he did, of course, for Miami. He did one for that one. Let me get that real quick for you.
Yeah, y'all going to check out the YouTube, and see these.
Yeah, man. All right, so this is the first one. The first custom I had him do is Miami Heat.
Okay.
I don't know if the camera gonna pick it up too much for it, but
yeah, no, I see it.
It's a Miami Heat. Jordan 11, man. I told him I just wanted something with Miami Heat, my favorite team, of course. Something with this shoe. The shoe I didn't really wear that much. So I was like, this is a good candidate to be used as a custom. So, but yeah, man. Reach out to him. He wants some custom. His page, he still does commission work. So reach out to him and big shout out to him, man. Definitely had to get him on, talk about some of his work and some of his stuff, and go check out his YouTube page as well. So,
okay, yeah. And then real quick, I mean, I've shouted her out before, but that little clip that you guys saw, where the 1 minute clip of the LeBron story,
real.
Yeah, my friend Chandelier did that quick little edit. That was pretty cool. So big shout outs to her for that. Thank you. But yeah, man, this is kind of went a few different ways with this one today.
Yep.
Good talk. We can definitely dive deeper into that. But for sure, y'all, definitely thank you. Thank you for everything so far. I've been seeing everything grow. Our little hobby of ours,
Yeah, man.
It's basically just been
crazy conversations.
Yeah. But man, definitely, follow us, help us get our stuff up. But it's been a fun ride. Shoot, we don't got too much coming soon. Like I said, we're thinking about doing a watch party for like some of the finals games or something like that. So we'll maybe get something like that. That one we may do like a pay thing though. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do there. But yeah, for now, whether we chat like bros or I debate you like an enemy, it's all fun and games. Smash my energy.
Let's get it.
We out.
Just smash Just match my energy. Yeah.